I got a number of articles for these god awful named phones, but the OnePlus Nord N10 5G, OnePlus Nord N10 5G, that just rolls off the tongue. Best phone name ever. The Nord N10 5G and the Nord N100, which is not 5G, I guess that's why they put LTE in parentheses, is headed to T-Mobile and Metro. It's the first big North American expansion of the Nord brand, which OnePlus launched last year to capture an even more price-conscious segment of consumers. T-Mobile will be offering the phones on both prepaid and postpaid plans for maximum flexibility when they launch on January 15th. The carrier will be offering both the Nord N10 5G and the Nord N100 LTE itself and on Metro by T-Mobile. So the Nord N10 5G, so the 5G is going to be the higher end version because it's 5G, but the Nord N10 5G will have a 6.49-inch FHD Plus display, a 90 hertz refresh rate, a Snapdragon 690 and 5G connectivity, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage, a micro SD slot for expandable storage as well. This phone is selling for $300. The Nord N10 5G. I'm thinking about this price point because I think of the Pixel 4a at $350, and then I think of the Nord N10 5G at $300. So I guess the plus here on the Nord N10 5G at this point is the fact that it's one cheaper at $300 and it has 5G. If 5G is important to you right now, because we all know you can't live without 5G. So a 690 Snapdragon chipset versus a 730G for the 4A. And I believe the 690 is performance-wise, I think it's pretty comparable. 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage. So both of those are the same, but the Nord N10 5G has a micro SD slot for expandable storage. Oh, it also has a 90 hertz refresh rate. So it has that going for it. I mean, on paper, it doesn't seem bad for $300. Now, the camera is where things get a little different here. A little, I don't know if it's going to be as good. So who knows about the front camera, but I am guessing the 4A will still beat whatever this Nord is going to offer. But the Nord N10 5G has not only a rear camera, like a rear main shooter, but a macro lens, an ultra wide lens, a monochrome lens for anyone that needs it, a 4,300 milliamp hour battery, and it has faster wired charging. Warp Charge 30T. Big House Productions is saying $300 is a great price for a 5G device. I mean, at $300, that doesn't look bad on paper at all. It seems to check a good amount of boxes. I just don't know how good the cameras are going to be. It's the first phone in OnePlus's mid-range Nord series to arrive in the US, available from T-Mobile, Metro by T-Mobile, and unlocked from OnePlus.com and other retailers. I'm glad that they're offering it unlocked. I don't even know why I wasn't thinking about that, but the fact that you could buy it straight from OnePlus makes me feel better. Oh shit, I forgot. But this Nord, Nord N10 5G, I am still hesitant about Oxygen OS 11, right? Is that what they're on right now? I'm hesitant about how good or how bad this new software is. This software that's reminiscent of Samsung's One UI or whatever. It's definitely noteworthy that the N10 5G will bring 5G to the under $300 market, but at least for now, 5G isn't something most people should care about. I will say that sentence again, but at least for now, 5G isn't something most people should care about, much less pay for, much less pay more for. Fortunately, the N10 5G has more going for it. It has a big screen with a high refresh rate, a tall aspect ratio that might make it easier for people with smaller hands to use, and OnePlus's light touch take on Android. I feel like that's changing. OnePlus's light touch take on Android. I don't know if that's the case anymore. And then all these cameras that you're probably not going to use, like this monochrome camera. This seems like a lot of cameras, especially since 2 of them are unlikely to be used frequently. The monochrome camera only kicks in when shooting in black and white, which is accessed by scrolling through the filter options to the very last one. Likewise, the macro camera is activated via the main shooting screen by tapping the flower icon. It's sort of fun to mess around with, but even in decent lighting, image quality is pretty bad. But you can't get away with shooting in near darkness like you can with the Pixels night mode. So if camera is on your higher priority, I would probably lean more to the 4A over the Nord N10 5G. Now, if 5G is your priority, if a bigger display is your priority, 90 hertz refresh rate, expandable storage, price, if price is the highest part of your priority, the N10 5G is going to be cheaper right off the bat, retail wise, unless there's a sale or whatever, but that's something you're going to have to, shop for yourself.